2014 Volkswagen Passat. We got a 2.0 diesel TDI, and we have to get to the starter. The alternator. So this alternator is actually still working, still charging, but yeah. So that noise is not pleasant. It's actually pretty annoying. That's why we're changing it. These alternators are really hard to find. Not the cheapest, not the most expensive. Paid about $2 and change. After I returned the car, it'll be about $2 and change. Problem is, when you're going on demand, it doesn't give you a clear way to change it. It actually tells you 3 different ways to change it. So you gotta kind of get in here and figure out what's the best way for you. Personally, I do not have any coolant right now. So, and it's a weekend. I'm not trying to drain the coolant. I don't have any way to get any Volkswagen coolant or any substitute. So, the best way I see right now is to disconnect that lower AC compressor, evacuate the system, remembering that it is an EPA law to not evacuate into the atmosphere. That being said, if you have some type of recovery tank, you can recover it or have a local shop evacuate it, whatever. Or you can go the route of, which actually I think would be not bad, but it's a little more messy, draining the coolant system, removing this hose from radiator to thermostat housing, pulling this hose from the overflow tank out of the way, and then disconnecting the 2 bolts holding down the mount and jack the motor, and then you could probably slide it out really easy and really quickly. That was the way I was going to go, because other than that, it suggests for you to pull a lock carrier, and I don't mind doing that, but again, I'm gonna most likely have to still disconnect coolant hoses, and I'm just not able to do that right now. Removing a lock carrier involves removing the headlights, 2 side brackets over each headlight, removing the grill, removing the bumper. Then you can disconnect the whole carrier and it slides forward. But again, this hose is really, really short, so to do that, you still are gonna have to disconnect some coolant hoses, and I don't have the time or the energy to deal with that, and I don't have any coolant. So we have the system, the AC system evacuated. Everything's already disconnected. The pump is already loose. I just have to take the lines off, drop the pump, and I'll drop the alternator, and then show you guys how I did it. Well, there it is, all out. As you can see, obviously that's not good. Just to give you a quick glimpse underneath. As you can see, we have the pump out. Here's the 2 lines. You are gonna have to disconnect the pump from the bracket first to slide it out to be able to unbolt the lines. At least makes it easier. I don't even think it's possible with it bolted in, but I did disconnect this and disconnected the bracket. That's the after-run electric coolant pump. You see, that's the upper bolt for it. I just loosened it to give me a little slack. That's pretty much it. It's pretty easy after that. This is definitely going to be the fastest way to get it out. I know a lot of you green guys and noobs aren't gonna want to discharge the AC system, but it's really not that serious. If you're that concerned, after you discharge it, you can get your alternator back in and take it to a shop with a AC machine to suck it down, or draw a vacuum on it for half hour or so, get all any potential air and moisture out of the system. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. There's not really much you can say that is wrong with doing it this way. I'm sure someone will find a way to complain. But other than that, just making sure you get all the air and moisture out of your AC system. If it's that serious to you, I'm a master certified technician. I've been working on cars over 20 years. I can guarantee it's not that serious if you do it this way and having an AC discharge. I just give you that warning that you are not legally allowed to discharge your AC system into the atmosphere. You take that information, do what you want with it. Other than that, if you go the other route, I'm telling you now, it's not difficult, but I will warn you, this Passat, 2014 Passat, is one of the hardest cooling systems I've ever had to try to get air out of. It is very difficult. Doing it the book way, the manual way, they will tell you to use a vacuum system. And obviously that is going to be the best way. Other than that, you're going to have to jack the front of the car way up, fill the cooling system up as much as it'll take, and start the car up and idle at 2,000 for 3 minutes. That is the recommended way by the book, other than jacking it up. I say jacking it up because air rises to the top. That helps you get all the air out faster, but it's still a pain. This is literally one of the hardest cars to get all the air out of the cooling system. That's another reason why I didn't want to bother with the cooling system. It's just easier to refill AC. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. There's a lot of there's a lot of information out here for this vehicle that's hard, so I hope this helps someone. Again, 2014 Volkswagen Passat CKRA. That's a 2.0 TDI diesel.